2020, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Brown.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was perfect.
Yes. Okay. In observation of Black History Month today, we'd like to welcome Akeisha Gibbs, who's the manager of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. branch of the Columbus Metropolitan Library, and she's with us today to share some observance regarding Black History Month. So welcome and good to see you again.
Good morning, Commissioners. How are you all doing?
Good.
Good, good. Thank you for having me back today. As always, the library has been busy for Black History Month. We have a variety of programs going on, ranging from first-person portrayals of historic characters to artists, scientists. Last week we had a fun program with James Vanderdee where the kids got to dress up and take photographs. It was super cute, but very educational for the kids as well. We also have a program that's special coming up on February 17th at the Martin Luther King branch at 5:30, and it's uncovering the African treasure chest, which I don't know if you've been in our new building. I know you guys have. The display of art that's in the front of the building was actually donated from FACE, Friends for Art and Community Enrichment, and it's a permanent display. And we're doing a grant with the Ohio Humanities Council, and we are working with a professor from Ohio State who's going to come and help us make new descriptions for all the items. So I brought one of the flyers here, and as you can see the picture of the treasure chest, there was a artist, Rosanna Fields, who hand painted the images that are on the treasure chest. So that's something that's very special that will be going on as well.
Would you be okay if we put that on our portal, the information about it, if we're able to get it onto our internal site?
Oh, yes, we would love that. It's a special project that was meant to bring the history of Africa to the Near East Side and meant to educate the youth that are there. So it's something that's a big focal point of our branch. We would love for people to come out and to learn more about it as well.
That's great.
Yes, and then always I want to make mention of our Columbus African American digital collection that we have as well. So I brought flyers about all the programs that are going on for Black History Month that I'll leave here. And I also brought flyers about the special program about the Africa Treasure Chest. But we always want to remember the digital collection, which did you finish cleaning out your garage for your things that your grandmother? Yeah.
I'm sorry, my throat is caught up here a little bit. You didn't have to call me out like that in front of the whole world
But
here.
yes, no. but
That's
I-
so mean.
yes, no. It just gets me excited because I think often we forget what things are up in our attic, what's in our garage, and they're things to us that may not seem important, but they're treasures to everyone. So even if it's a old pamphlet from a school concert or a picture from your family's barbecue, they all have historic value in them. So just a little reminder that we're here, and while it's during Black History Month, you can always stop by any of our locations. They'll take it down to our local history and genealogy department as well. We also have genealogy classes for people to come in and to learn about the history and celebrate the history of all their families.
If somebody has something they would like to donate, how would they get in touch with you?
They can just stop by the library. We're at 1467 East Long Street. Like I said, you can also go to the main library or any of our branches. What we do is we scan the items and then we get them right back to you. So we take good care of them and get them back. And there's actually a number of digital collections that are online, so you can go in and check those out as well. It's really grown a lot.
That's great.
I'll just say that, I love history. And I love Central Ohio history, but I love African-American Black history even more. And I like the connections to Central Ohio. And it's so rich, it's so enriching to learn and see the history of Mount Vernon Avenue and Long Street and its evolution from then to today. I do want to take time to mention the very first African-American, first known African-American citizen of Columbus is a gentleman by the name of Arthur Boak. And it's that kind of history to never let that die, that what makes history history, you know? And so I really appreciate what you're doing to the community. That library branch means a lot to the Near East Side.
Yes.
And it always has, and it always will. And I've been in there maybe 2 or 3 times since we opened it. And there's always action going on, and there's always something going on, and there's always a lot of traffic in and out. And that's a really good sign that your purpose is being very well served and the needs are being very well met. And so thank you for what you're doing during Black
you.
History Month, and thank you for sharing with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I count it an honor to be able to work at the Martin Luther King branch and to be able to come in and see how the people interact with the branch is just so awesome. I think just having the additional meeting rooms, the larger children's spaces. I mean, East High School, 2:30, we're out there and the kids are there every day. So it's wonderful for them to be able to be in the building and to hear people, because people come in all the time and they talk about the old East Side branch that was originally there. And we get to talk to them about Martin Luther King's father being there for the dedication of the old building, and then Martin Luther King III being there for the dedication of our current building. So there's deep history in the library as well. So thank you so much for inviting me out again.
I think the libraries are such an incredible resource in our community, and we're so fortunate to have the Martin Luther King Library where it is, but all of the library system is such an incredible wealth of just so much history and so much there for our community. People don't realize what we have in Central Ohio always. And, you know, this library system has done an incredible job of being with the times that we have. You know, the library has reached out and done so much more than just being a place to check out books and do research as typical research. They've been that place where kids can go and adults can go and do so much more than just check out books and
Absolutely.
it is the place to be.
Oh, thank you.
And so we know what all you do, and anything we can do to promote that and just keep that going, you know, I'm all in, you know.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate all of your support. Come in and check us out and go to our website at columbuslibrary.org where you can find out more
That's great.
information. Thanks so much.
Perfect.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll keep moving. Next, is there a motion to approve the minutes of July 23rd, 2019 general session, the February 4th, 2020 general session, and the February 6th, 2020 briefing session?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. First is the engineer's office.
Resolution number 81-20, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to Lindsay Precast Incorporated for the bridge precast culvert material purchase in the amount of $246,878.53.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer. Commissioners, this first resolution, as stated, is a purchase award to Lindsay Precast. We had a competitive bid on January 14th. We had 2 bidders, and Lindsay had the lowest and best bid.
I will move for approval of 8120.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 81-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 82-20, WSP USA Incorporated, consulting engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County Engineer in preparing right-of-way and construction plans for the Roar Road, County Road Number 235 at London Groveport Road, State Route 317, Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $353,976.
Commissioners, this resolution is for a design contract award with WSP. This is for a capital improvement project at the intersection of Roar Road and State Route 317. That's in the southeast part of Franklin County in the Rickenbacker area. This is a cooperative project that includes Franklin County, Groveport, ODOT, and we utilize the qualifications-based selection process and recommend your approval.
I'll move for approval of 8220.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 82-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 83-20, preliminary allocation of county motor vehicle license fee in the amount of $5, funds for the city of Whitehall, totaling $65,000.
As stated, this is a $5 fund resolution for the city of Whitehall to improve Broad Street from Robinwood Avenue east to Maplewood Avenue.
Move approval of 8320.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 83-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 84-20, report first of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Alum Creek Drive at Roar Road Improvement Project, Hamilton Township and Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $81,025.
Commissioners, this is a capital improvement project also in the southeast part of Franklin County, also very near to Rickenbacker. It's a cooperative project that includes Franklin County, City of Columbus, Groveport, Madison Township, Hamilton Township, and the Franklin County Transportation Improvement District. This resolution is the first resolution for right-of-way acquisition, includes 2 properties, and the appraisals were based on fair market value.
A lot of partners in this one.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll move for approval of 8420.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 84-20 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, Office of Aging, sorry.
Resolution number 85-20, resolution authorizing 7 grant agreements to provide community stabilization services for Franklin County senior options in the amount of $176,258.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Amy Funk, Interim Director of Office on Aging. This resolution authorizes 7 grant agreements to provide community stabilization. This is a new category for us, and it includes some new exciting projects as well as some renewals. Community stabilization is needed in distressed neighborhoods, especially those that are experiencing or on the cusp of gentrification. Seniors in these neighborhoods are often at risk of losing their housing and their sense of belonging in a community. Projects funded under this category work by providing services and programming that help seniors stay in their homes, such as one-on-one assistance to seniors in crisis situations, especially housing-related ones such as eviction, linkage to home maintenance and repair resources, transportation to medical appointments, minor yard work, snow shoveling, as well as active opportunities to socialize and meet their neighbors. Before I ask for your approval, I'd like to call up Kate McGarvey, who is the Executive Director from Legal Aid Society of Columbus, to share a little bit about the program that they're doing with our older adults.
Thank you. Well, thank you for the invitation to speak this morning. My name is Kate McGarvey, and I'm the Executive Director of the Legal Aid Society of Columbus. Just a little bit about the Legal Aid Society of Columbus. It's a nonprofit dedicated to improving the lives of the poor through representation in civil legal matters. We represent individuals in Franklin, Madison, Delaware, Marion, Morrow, and Union counties. We were founded in 1954 by a group of private lawyers who were volunteering with the Columbus Bar Association. We've continued the utilization of volunteers since then, with over 1,000 volunteers volunteering in 2018 with referrals, clinics, and directly with our staff in the office. In 2018, our office handled 9,351 cases, which impacted 1,917 seniors. This includes providing services in a broad range of substantive areas. With the help of funding through senior options, this has included obtaining health insurance and services through Medicaid and Medicare, drafting necessary wills and powers of attorney for seniors, protecting the homes of seniors from foreclosure and eviction, maintaining and obtaining Social Security and food stamp benefits, bankruptcy assistance, divorces, and protecting seniors from debt collection and consumer scams. The LASC Wills Clinics, which are made possible through the Senior Options funding, are among the most popular programs offered at area senior living centers, according to the service coordinators who schedule activities. Once they attend, they never stop talking about it, said Donna Coe, who works with Lutheran Social Services. Residents are always telling me, I came to the Wills Clinic and I'm so relieved, as it helps to take the pressure off their loved ones. That was the case with Betty, who sought help at a clinic because her children did not agree with her wishes for her end-of-life care. She left the clinic with documentation that not only ensured her wishes would be followed, but also would prevent her children from disagreeing about her care. It's a tremendous relief to me to know that this won't cause any hard feelings amongst my children, she told the attorney who assisted her. Another gentleman attended the clinic because he was worried that his estranged children could cause problems for his other children when it came times to distribute his estate. Working with a volunteer at the clinic, he outlined how and to whom his assets were to be distributed. I'm grateful that someone was able to help me get my affairs in order so my children don't have an additional burden when I pass, he said afterwards. We are incredibly grateful to also have senior option support now with our tenant advocacy project. Each day, on average, 75 new Franklin County tenants are summoned to municipal court, facing the prospect of being evicted from their homes. The majority come without an attorney, struggling to understand their rights and to navigate the confusing court system. There are now a variety of service providers available to support tenants in this process, including legal aid, community mediation services, job and family services, and others. However, one piece remained missing, and that was access to a social worker. Through the new Housing Crisis Intervention Project, funded in part by Senior Options, we're now able to support a social worker to aid 150 low-income and disabled seniors who are working with LASC attorneys to maintain housing or to find alternative housing when housing cannot be maintained. This allows seniors to go through an assessment regarding available resources when they are at court. They also receive follow-up from the social worker after court with a goal of 70% of seniors who are served by TAP attorneys reporting more stable housing than when they arrived. We greatly appreciate the ongoing and generous support to legal aid, which makes a real difference in the lives of low-income seniors in our communities. Thank you.
I just want to say thanks for coming down. One of the most, I believe, one of the most despicable scams is on preying on our seniors who, at the very least, should be uplifted in our community and supported in every way. But there are some people who just, are unscrupulous when it comes to preying on vulnerable people. And so what you represent is, and when my grandmother was around, she was scammed, and I remember how legitimate it was presented to her, the story she told me, and it's really despicable. So thanks for what you do, thanks for what you represent, and
Thank you.
glad to be partners with you.
Thank you, and we would certainly agree, especially with low-income homeowners, in terms of some of the scams that we're seeing that are currently very much preying on seniors, ending up with home sales for well less than market value and really not the ability to pass on that wealth to their family. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll move for approval of 8520.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 85-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 86-20, resolution authorizing 7 grant agreements to provide outreach services for Franklin County Senior Options in the amount of $389,129.
This resolution authorizes 7 grant agreements to provide outreach services. These grants are all renewals. The grant agencies in this category target special population seniors in the community. These include the homebound, hard-to-reach, very low-income seniors, refugees, and immigrants, among others. The services are tailored to meet the specific needs of these particular populations, therefore assisting them to live as independently with an improved quality of life. These services are diverse and can include group socialization activities, peer support groups, translation service, and friendly visits. I'd like to now ask Narad Nepal from Community Refugee and Immigration Services to share a little about our older refugee and immigrant program.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Narad Nepal, and I'm with the Older Refugee and Immigrant Program at Community Refugee and Immigration Services. The Older Refugee and Immigrant Program serves refugee and immigrant seniors in Franklin County. Any resident of Franklin County above the age of 60 years is eligible to receive our services. That include case management, citizenship tutoring, and the services of Senior Companion Program through our partnership with Catholic Social Services. Refugee and immigrant seniors face unique challenges as they try to integrate into the mainstream community due to language, social, and cultural barriers. Refugee seniors have also spent a lot of their years in refugee camps, and they have many medical issues that may or may not be present in the mainstream communities. They also have many social and cultural norms that, if not taken into consideration, they may not be able to make use of the resources that are available to seniors in the county. The Older Refugee and Immigrant Program uses bilingual case workers who provide culturally appropriate case management to the seniors to enable them to take benefit of the available resources. Most of our clients receive Social Supplementary Income SSI. They have to become naturalized citizens within 7 years of their arrival in the US to continue to receive this benefit. Our clients do not have English language skills. Some of them are not even literate in their own language due to absence of opportunities in their home countries. To learn a new language at this age and pass the interview is a slow and uphill task. The ORI program conducts citizenship tutoring for seniors through the Senior Options Grant to help seniors become new American citizens and to continue receiving the benefits. To achieve our goals, we partner with many other agencies providing services to seniors like Life Care Alliance, Clintonville Resources Center, and St. Stephen's Community House. This helps to explain the needs and challenges so that other agencies can tailor their services to meet the needs of this new and growing section of the community. The Senior Option Grant has been very important for us in providing services to immigrant seniors. In 2019, because of this grant, we were able to provide case management services to 173 seniors. We provided naturalization assistance to 61 seniors, and 13 of them became naturalized citizens. The grant also helped us make 24 food pantry trips and more than 20 social outings. While seniors are fortunate to have resources available in Franklin County, due to the unique challenges that refugee and immigrant seniors present, the continuation of the Senior Options Grant would enable us to provide these essential services to help seniors integrate into the mainstream community and also provide the support that they need to continue to age in their own homes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll move for approval of 8620.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 86-20 has been adopted.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioners.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Ron. Animal control.
Resolution number 87-20, resolution authorizing a contract extension and modification for spay, neuter, and veterinarian services in the amount of $871,500.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is
Morning.
Kate Persinger. I'm the Director for Franklin County Animal Care and Control of the Dog Shelter. And after a competitive bid in 2018, veterinarian services were awarded to the Shelter Outreach Services of Ohio with 4 one-year extension periods. This contract provides for all spay and neutering and all veterinarian services in total. The contract this year has been modified to provide all services at a flat monthly rate, with the exception of the snippet program that will be billed per procedure.
Kate, how many dogs did we bring in last year?
Close to 10,000.
And how many we didn't have the spay and neuter program for the entire year last year, did we?
Yes, sir, we did.
You did?
We
How
did
many?
it once a week for the community, and now we're doing it every day.
So roughly how many dogs did we spay and neuter last year?
It's in the thousands, but I do not have that number off the top of my head, sorry.
This is a great program. This is, and how long have we been doing this?
We've been offering it to the community for 3 years.
Because this is something that we were working on and hoping to get in place for a long time. And this has been a great addition the last couple of years
Yeah.
for us. And so this is pretty fantastic stuff.
It should be noted that the Snippet program is ran by donations, and the community has overwhelmed us for donations with this program as well.
Yeah,
That's great.
good
I'll
stuff.
move for approval of 8720.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 87-20 has been adopted.
Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 88-20, resolution awarding a loan agreement with the Community Housing Network for the Creekside Apartments Housing Project in the amount of $250,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mark Paxson, Community Development Administrator. Also in attendance from the Community Housing Network is Walt Whitmire as well. The Creekside Apartments Housing Project will result in the creation of a 63 one-bedroom unit apartment complex. The project will serve low-income individuals disabled by mental illnesses, as well as individuals with histories of homelessness. This project is party to the Board of Commissioners Affordable Housing Initiative. It's located at 500 North Nelson Road in Eastgate near 670. The total program cost is $13 million, of which the county will be contributing $250,000 to home funds, the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The project was approved under the county's 2019 Action Plan of HUD and has met all citizen participation requirements.
Okay, so this is a part of our affordable housing program.
Correct.
Does it tie in at all with our, what is it, the title?
Poverty?
Our poverty,
Correct.
our blueprint?
Correct, yes, sir. This is like a subset of that, Commissioner.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I just want to make sure of
Yeah.
that. So it's part of
It's
both our,
consistent with the blueprint. It-
Correct.
It
This-
fits in.
good.
The adoption of continuing to leverage our federal dollars, correct?
Thank you. I'm a little tongue-tied this morning. Appreciate it.
I'll move for approval of 8820.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Excuse me. Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
That makes two of us. Yes.
Resolution number 88-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 89-20, resolution authorizing an agreement with the Neighborhood Design Center for a Stelzer Road frontage plan in Mifflin Township and to develop infill housing options and open space planning in the amount of $13,700.
This resolution authorizes an agreement between the Economic Development Planning Department and the Neighborhood Design Center for a Stelzer Road frontage plan in Mifflin Township. This is to develop infill housing options and open space planning. The funding for this was approved in the 2019 amendment to HUD action plan, and we funded with community development block grant dollars, the amount of $13,700.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. We have a few slides here to get you through. The first one is related to the prior resolution that Mark just had for you, just to show you where the actual housing project was that Mark just took you through, and the renderings for the supportive housing units. I apologize, we didn't bring those up sooner. So, and here you go is the Leonard Park location map. This resolution is to enter into a contract with the Neighborhood Design Center for Planning and Design Services using Community Development Block Grant funds. This redevelopment project is for the Leonard Park area in the northeast side of Franklin County in Mifflin Township off of Stelzer and Agler Road, as you can see in the map. EDP recognizes the need for comprehensive redevelopment planning in this area, which is ripe for potential for redevelopment as it's in the Gahanna City School District. We are working jointly and closely with COSIC and Mifflin Township, and we'll be incorporating affordable housing in this project. Commissioners, as you know, with this and the prior project Mark just summarized, it fits in with EDP's recently adopted strategic plan to implement affordable housing in our community and the county. We do have Carrie Reeds, Director of Urban Design and Planning of the Neighborhood Design Center, in attendance should you have any questions, as well as Matt Brown, our Planning Administrator, who is leading this planning project, and I just want to thank Matt for his leadership in this particular project. So I did include our focus area here, and you'll see that off of Stelzer Road, the Neighborhood Design Center is implementing some planning services just for that corridor, as well as some open space planning on the east side of the Leonard Park focus area. And COSIC is working very closely with landowners as we speak. As you can see from the orange or peach pieces of parcels, there is a lot of vacant space in this particular area. So we think it's important to get some planning done in this area now before any potential redevelopment happens from the private sector. So if you have any questions, we request your support of this resolution.
Any questions? I think this makes a great deal of sense to get the planning done now. I'll move for approval of 8920.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 89-20 has been adopted.
That's a parcel that we're familiar with because that's where that was the original area that we did the water and sewer with.
Exactly.
5-6 years ago, so.
Resolution number 90-20, review of petition to annex 63.5 acres, more or less, from Plain Township to the City of New Albany, case number ANX-03-20.
Commissioners, this resolution is considered an expedited type 1 annexation petition of 63.5 acres from Plain Township to the City of New Albany. The area to be annexed includes property located at 8306 Central College Road, 2 parcels, 0 Central College Road, do not have addresses, but parcel IDs, 8390 Central College Road. All of those are north of Central College Road, east and south of Johnstown Road, and west of Beach Road Northwest. Petition was filed by agent and attorney Aaron Underhill of Underhill and Hodge on behalf of the owner Homewood Corporation, James Lipnotes, president. And for your note, Eric Zartman of Underhill and Hodge is in attendance if you have any questions. 17% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the City of New Albany, and the applicant has provided a copy of the annexation agreement between the township and the City of New Albany. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.022 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval.
Does Mr. Zartman have anything to add? Okay.
I'll move for approval of 9020.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 90-20 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 91-20, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services Director to enter into a sub-grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services for early learning and development and infrastructure services.
Once again, Director Bivens has filled the house.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Director of Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services. Commissioners, in December, the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services released a request for grant applications for the Ohio Quality Infrastructure Grant Program. In January, we submitted an application, and this was a competitive process, and were notified on the 27th that it was approved. Under the application, we will subcontract with local partners such as Action for Children as well as Future Ready to provide direct services to Franklin County providers to improve and build capacity and become STAR-rated centers by July 1st, 2020. I would be remiss if I did not mention, Commissioners, your generous efforts in support on the Step Up initiative with your own dollars through my budget, the Job and Family Services budget. You approved $2.3 million just in the Step Up to Quality initiative alone. So we are really excited that we were able to obtain this grant from the state to assist not just with Step Up, but and also to advance the efforts. The scope of our collective work will fall under three service components: workforce recruitment and retention, high-quality childcare, training, and technical assistance, and equipment. Commissioners, this resolution supports goal number 11 of the Rise Together Blueprint, increasing the number of students at or near the poverty level experiencing academic success. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I will move for
Before,
approval of.
before you do that,
Oh,
if you
sure.
don't mind,
Of
Commissioner,
course.
thank you. I just wanted to add and recognize, as I said in briefing, State Representative Erica Crawley for her advocacy in the Ohio House for this grant. She has been, I think, a steadfast supporter of Franklin County. I mean, certainly that's her role as a legislator representing her district is in Franklin County. But quite frankly, she went beyond the call of duty and was fully engaged with both the governor's office as well as the Director of Jobs and Family Services, Director Hall, and had been fully engaged in this process. And I just wanted to recognize her because that's the kind of partnership that I think is valuable. And I know you as well, Director, have been very engaged with the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services, because when I met with them, they indicated that you were very much accessible, very much engaged, and made accommodations at every level in our communication and conversation with them. So I say that because this grant is reflective of both your efforts, certainly the VOC, but also folks like State Representative Erica Crawley for being our advocate sort of at the
Absolutely.
state level.
Absolutely, thank you. And I would also want to thank the team who actually wrote the grant. So all the Job and Family Services staff and team, shout out to you, because God knows I didn't write it. Thank you so much, and thank you again for our state representative, as well as your efforts to commissioners.
I think you're exactly right. Those partnerships don't, I mean, we couldn't do this without the partnerships at the state and with the advocacy that we have in our JFS team.
Well, and
You're exactly right.
Lauren Rummel, our Government Affairs
And Lauren.
Director,
Good,
been
thanks.
working hard with the folks at the County Commissioners Association of Ohio, along with Representative Crowley and the other folks in our delegation to bang on those doors down at the State House for
Yeah.
quite some time. So, it's been a great partnership all around.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning Lauren Rummel too, because
Yeah.
she really, there's the value of the position that we
Yeah.
created a couple of years ago, because she has been 100% engaged with the state of Ohio at every level, and it's really been a valuable investment on our part through Lauren. So thanks for
I
recognizing her.
doubt she's in the room. She's probably down at the State House right now.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good work.
Well, good
Director.
work. Sorry.
Now,
You were
I'll
saying.
move for approval of 9120.
Second,
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 91-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 92-20, resolution approving a subaward agreement with the National Center for Urban Solutions for programming to engage fathers in outreach to early child care providers for the Step Up to Quality initiative in the amount of $100,000.
Commissioners, before I begin this resolution, I would like to ask all of our dads and all their little people to come stand with me as I read this resolution.
I hope we're gonna get.
This is
I
great.
hope we're gonna get a picture here.
Oh, yeah.
He made sure he let you know he's not a dad.
I want a
Yeah.
picture with the dads and the kids.
So,
I do too. I want a picture with the kids.
here, here.
You gotta
so-
have the kids. The dads with the kids.
And I want to thank all the dads for coming with their little people. I'm going to just touch on a couple of things, and then I'm going to ask Mr. John Gregory to say a few words. Commissioner, as you know, in 2020, July 1st, every center in Franklin County must be star rated, and the deadline is upon us. Every center, we really need them in the pipeline by March the 1st. While our community has made great strides, if you remember when we started this effort 2-3 years ago, I don't even remember how many years we've been working on this. In Franklin County, we were at 24% with centers being star rated. Today, the most recent report states that we are at 72%. And again, we would not have been able to do this without your generous support regarding the $2.5 million that you've invested or allocated through our Job and Family Services budget. Because again, this was a non-funded mandate. With those numbers, I just want to touch on a couple of data points. As we've gone through the Step Up to Quality process, out of the 27,000 children that receive publicly funded childcare, 68% of those children are children of color in the 8 lowest asset neighborhoods within our community. When we look at Step Up to Quality and its purpose is to assist children in becoming kindergarten ready. According to the Groundworks Report of Ohio, 73% of African American children in Franklin County are not kindergarten ready. I'm just going to let that sit there for a second. 73%. So we have engaged all of our partners from our single moms. We have worked with our faith community. But one of the voices that we wanted to make sure that was at the table were our fathers. And many times when we go into this meeting, people ask, we need a male, particularly a man of color, because a lot of times you don't see men of color at the table. Not because they're not engaged, because many of them are, but it's because as the work, the work has been deemed as a predominantly female work, right? So by society. So today we are excited to partner with NCUS for an initiative that we are calling the Calling All Dads Initiative, which will seek to engage and train approximately 100 fathers as ambassadors to promote the importance of quality early learning, the significance of star rating, and the consequences facing our community if providers who receive publicly funded childcare are not star rated by July 1st, 2020. Mr. John Gregory.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
It's really funny. I was sitting back there and I was thinking, I have worked with John Hahn, Mary Lou Langenhart, Anthony Trotman, and Joy Bivens. And I do want to say this, out of all of those who were also great directors, Mrs. Bivens is probably one of the most focused individuals that I have worked with for results.
Did she pay you to say that? She told you to say that, didn't she?
She don't have enough money for that. And I want to say that because I think that when we talk about the urban community, we have to talk about purpose, and we have to talk about outcome and results. And working with Mrs. Bivens, she will call, and a lot of times she will say, "This is what I want. This is what I need to have done, and this is what." And not looking for it to be flowery or anything. So I really want to thank Mrs. Bivens. And nobody really cares. Unfortunately, in this country, we see African American men are at the bottom of the totem pole. And this right here, Commissioners, you are doing something that has not been done before, calling out African American men and requiring them to become participants in their children's families. But there's got to be a mechanism for that. And so we have a grassroots mechanism. We also have a guy here, Mr. Buckner, is here this morning. He owns one of the child care centers that needs to be star rated. So you can take one off of your list. We already have him because we're already going to have him in the process. And then we have three guys here who have children here today who their kids go to child care centers are not star rated. So we're going to get them in the pipeline. But you could see these shirts. They say, somebody want to show the back? I can't see, so. You see the shirt says calling all dads. That is our campaign. You see, and I'm a proud dad. And so while Mrs. Bivens has told us what she wants us to do, and she said under no certain terms that we will do it, we want to know that we put a calling out for calling all dads, and our response of men who want to respond to this is phenomenal. So we're expecting to exceed the 100 men that she told us that we better have, and then told us under her breath that I need more than that. But this is important because the stabilization of African American families have to start with men. And what is known in research is that when men are involved in their families, children are more likely to graduate from high school, they're more likely not to go to prison, they're more likely to go on and live productive lives. So this is a campaign. You're going to see billboards, you're going to see hot cards, we have wristbands. We're going to do it the grassroots way, because we're going to go door to door, knock on doors. We're having meetings inside child care centers. We're not going to those child care centers and organizing those fathers. We're having spaghetti dinners with garlic bread, and we're going to talk to fathers about taking responsibility, but also understanding understanding the purpose and the reason why your kid needs to be kindergarten ready. And so today I have, these are all fathers. Now I'm a father, but my kids is old. And I got grandkids now. So, but all of us are gonna be going door to door. I called the child care center the other day and I asked them about their star rating. And the lady said, I really wanna do this, but I don't really understand all the paperwork. And that's why you do stuff from a grassroots perspective, because people want to do it. But the truth of the matter is, when you wake up, you go like, I'm going to do a daycare center. Nobody said I got all this paperwork stuff to do. I just want to do daycare center. I just want to take care of kids and have fun. We're gonna, Mrs. Bivens, we are going to make sure that this campaign starts and it exceeds and it goes around the country. Because what we want to do is make sure that fathers are involved in their lives. This project will be directed by Johnny Turner. Where you at, Mr. Turner? And Marlon. Marlon is really an exciting young man. So we got the millennials, we got the middle-aged ones, and we got the old folks. And we're going to our community to make a difference. And we thank you.
And really quick, Commissioners, thank you, Mr. Gregory. I would be remiss if I did not talk about this effort aligns with the Poverty Blueprint, goal number 11 and goal number 13. And as you know, when we did the poverty work, hearing from those who are living in poverty, racial disparity was at the top of the list. We believe that this effort touches on that as well, especially when you talk about 73% of African American children in Franklin County not being kindergarten ready. So thank you. And pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I don't have any questions, but I do want to just commend everyone for taking time out of their day to be here and illustrate and demonstrate to the community the important role that we play. I think Mr. Gregory said it very well. Statistically, African American men are almost at the bottom rung in nearly every category. And when you look at the statistics that you laid out, Director Bivens, the vast majority of those homes are led by single moms, and particularly in African American communities. And so I think that this effort is a real, I think Mr. Gregory used the words, some of the programming, and one word you left out was, or maybe it was you, Director, this is an investment of Franklin County into those African American men, those fathers in Central Ohio, and most importantly, those families and those children. And I do want to point out, Mr. Buckner, he's a superstar dad. He's an all-star dad because while he's got the daycare center, I personally know his son, and he is an amazing young man. He's I think a sophomore now, playing football at Ohio University, and I don't know many better kids. And so you're the example of what we all should strive to be in fatherhood, and I know that personally. And I'm sure there are a number of fathers that stand up here that have the same story. I just happen to know that one. And so I just want to commend you all, thank you all for what you represent. Many of you know my story. My father was murdered when I was a young person. And the statistics that follow are tremendous. And with the exception of myself, quite frankly, those statistics held true in my own family. And so the point I'm making is that we can make a difference. We can turn the tide in terms of some of these awful statistics. And I look into your eyes and I know I feel good about what tomorrow looks like versus what today is. So thank you for what you represent. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of what I believe to be a new movement to change the face of poverty and change what we're doing here in Central Ohio. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. And thank you for being here. You're here, you showed up. You're the ones that can make the difference, and you will.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being here.
It's great to see you guys that are here picking up, this cause and making this happen yourselves. A year and a half ago, when we were looking at how do we make this work, how do we make this happen, and we were talking to the legislature and talking to folks about how do we extend the deadline, how do we do things to try to make this thing work. The opposition that we got were from daycare centers in the suburbs, daycare centers from rich white folks, daycare centers frankly, not that my wife and I are wealthy, but daycare centers, frankly, from places that, like where I sent my kid. And so now, here we are, all this time later, a year and a half later, it's fantastic to see this community step up, you guys step up, and say, we're gonna own this. We're gonna own this issue. And we're gonna make this happen. Because when we went to try to get the assistance that we needed, then we didn't get it. We weren't getting it from the folks that we thought, the legislature, the folks that we thought were gonna, we're gonna be the people that could help us at the time. So it's great to see that you guys, this community, these you gentlemen in front of us today owning this issue. So commendations to you guys, and thank you for what you're doing.
I'm going to move approval of 9220.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 92-20 has been adopted.
Can we
Can
get
I
a
ask a
picture
favor?
and
Yes.
let
Before we leave,
Yeah.
we need to get we're doing a social media tape. We need the commissioners to stand up with us and point to the camera so we can say, calling all dads, we want you.
Absolutely.
I should tell you, by the way,
Yes.
well, Kevin and I are certainly dads, and others up here are dads, and Marilyn's a mom.
Yes. It's more room.
It's a real good commissioner meeting.
Actually, Mr. Butler, can you kind of come up, and I want you can actually be the one to make the statement. And all you're gonna say is that the National Center for Urban Solutions is calling all dads, and we want you.
Oh, that's right. Dads are their kids' line.
Okay. So go ahead and really stand right here with the kids in front of you. I'm gonna,
We want the entire group to say it.
so say that one more time. Mr. Reyes.
Everybody repeat after me. Dads are important. Dads are important. And we need you.
And we need you.
Step up. Step up. And join us. And join us. We're calling all dads. All dads.
One more time so we can get you.
Dads are important. Dads are important. We need you. We need you. Step up. Step up. Join us. Join us.
Calling all dads.
Calling all dads.
All right. Thank you all.
We gotta take a photo. Okay, can we get the commissioners? No, let the guys get out, and the commissioners, so Mr. Bucker and Mrs. Bivens.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Can we get you all shaking Mr. Butler's hand? Tim Marty, get a t-shirt for this, brother. All right. Okay, can we have you all, can we have them shaking Mr. Butler's hand? That he's congratulating him on becoming certified.
How are you? Good.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Wonderful.
Take care. Are we on Michael Daniels now?
We are with Michael Daniels.
Michael, you ready?
Michael's ready.
Oh, we can start talking. How you today, John? Good. All right. We'll get started here, back up in a second. Thank you, Joy.
So you and Coleman did bartending
Tonight.
tonight at Dempsey.
Yeah, Mark wanted to do that for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's not a slim fit one, is it?
I need the slim fit.
Yeah. Skinny.
This is supposed to be for Eric. I cut it out.
What size is it?
Medium.
I have a large one, Trey.
Yeah.
Medium, large, not for me. All right, justice policy and programs.
Resolution number 93-20, resolution authorizing a contract with Vincentian, Ohio Action Network for a Catalyst grant for the provision of the accompanying returning citizens with Hope program in the amount of $165,125.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Daniels, Director of the Office of Justice Policy and Programs. It's hard to follow John Gregory. It's impossible to follow that. This resolution seeks your approval of a grant with Vincentian Ohio Action Network, which was actually chosen as a Catalyst grant winner last year. It was then decided after conversations with the Office of Management and Budget and our office that it made more sense for us to administer this grant directly from the Office of Justice Policy and Programs, and so it was built into our budget for 2020. It is a grant that will allow the Vincentians to reach out to local communities of faith, to talk about issues regarding re-entering residents, to get those communities of faith to wrap around those re-entering residents, and to encourage business owners within those communities of faith to hire re-entering residents. Pending any questions, we'd ask for your approval.
I will move approval of 9320.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 93-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 94-20, resolution authorizing a contract modification between the Franklin County Board of Commissioners and the Corporation for Supportive Housing to provide a Justice Rapid Rehousing, an increase of $200,713.05, totaling $950,713.05.
Commissioners, this is a modification to the contract we have existing with CSH to provide frequent user system engagement, long-term supportive housing for frequent jail users. In conversations with our colleagues over in the Common Pleas Court, we identified a need to provide short-term, temporary, but very rapid rehousing for some of the folks participating in programs over there, particularly individuals involved in the TIES drug court. So this is a modification to the contract that will allow us to expand and include that rapid rehousing. Pending any questions, we'd ask for your approval.
I'll move approval of 9420.
Director, one thing I'd ask is that maybe, not now, doesn't have to be immediate, but I'd love to get a little up close and more personal with the program.
Absolutely.
And maybe go see and visit some, where we're investing some of those resources. and
Absolutely.
how
We'll be doing
works.
that particularly with Judge McIntosh over the ties court, so I'd love to get together and do that.
Yeah, so maybe not now, because I've got a lot of things going on, but maybe like in the next month or so.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You
Second.
bet.
Yep.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 94-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 95-20, resolution authorizing a contract with the Unique Foundation for the provision of digital skills training and placement into career pathways for young restored residents totaling $35,000.
Commissioners, this is a contract with the Unique Foundation, which is the not-for-profit arm of Hanad Duwale's organization. We're specifically targeting young, re-entering residents between the ages of 18 and 24. As you know, that's a group of folks we'd like to catch the first time they go through the system, and a group of folks for which there's not a whole lot of programming available. So partnering with Assad Shabazz at the Hub, we will be working with Hanad and his group at the Unique Foundation to provide skills training and placement into career paths for, again, those young re-entering citizens, re-entering residents between the ages of 18 and 24. Pending any questions, we'd ask for your approval.
This is an important grant, I think, to work with this age group so that they don't get continuing on to the next phase of criminal justice, you know?
In criminal
And-
justice, as you know, Commissioner, is that one place where within homelessness, we've recognized that there's an 18 to 24 young adult component. We've recognized that in foster care. We've recognized it in a variety of different things.
Sure.
But in the justice system, the day you turn 18, you're a grown-up. And
Yeah.
so it's very different from what juvenile justice looks like. There's no transition. We're really trying to target those first-time offenders as adults to pull them out and make them realize that this isn't baby jail anymore. This is a big deal, and let's
Yeah.
get you out of the system while we can.
Yeah, this is really an important piece, so unless there are any other questions or comments.
No, we worked with 18 to 24-year-olds for years and
Yeah.
with some of the work through our office. Lauren
Right.
Rummel, before she was government affairs director, did a lot of work. You know, but when they hit the justice system, it's a whole different
It's
ballgame.
very different, and, you know, there is no transition. You're either in the juvenile system or you're in the adult
As you
system,
say,
and the
there-
adult system is very different.
Once you hit 18, there is no juvenile jail.
No.
There is
No,
you're an
not at
adult.
all. And that record and the treatment is so very different. So I will move for approval of 9520.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 95-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 96-20, resolution authorizing a contract with the Nothing into Something Real Estate Incorporated to provide transitional housing and housing support for participants of the Pathways Program through grant funding in the amount of $20,000.
Commissioners, as you know, the women participating in our Pathways program face a variety of challenges, housing being among the most important of them. This contract will allow us to provide immediate transitional housing and housing supports for those participants. Pending any questions, we'd ask for your approval.
I'll move approval of 9620.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 96-20 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Purchasing.
Resolution number 97-20, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $29,484,877.34.
Commissioners, good morning. Chris Johnston, representing the Franklin County Purchasing Department.
Marlise Wicker, Small and Emerging Business Coordinator.
And this resolution requests your approval of 181 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding.
This week's small and emerging business vendors include 26 eligible purchase orders totaling $14 million. These are purchase orders for goods and services that have a higher likelihood of participation by small and emerging businesses. Of these, 22 were awarded to certified business enterprises in the following categories: 2 LEDE, 10 WBE, 8 MBE, 1 SCBE, and 1 DBE, which include goods and services totaling $14,627,515.53, which is 85% of the eligible PO value and 99% of the eligible PO dollar value.
And pending any questions, we recommend your approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of 9720.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 97-20 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 98-20, resolution reappointing J. Anthony Logan, LaCour Meadows, Desiree Polk Lind, and Randy Sokol to the Columbus and Franklin County Local Food Board.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. Pending any questions, would recommend the reappointment of Tony Logan, Director Meadows, Dr. Polk Bland, and Randy Sokol to the Local Food Board.
These are folks that are doing a tremendous job, all of them.
Yeah. I'll move approval of 9820.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 98-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 99-20, resolution reappointing members to the Community Advisory Committee for the Franklin County Department of Animal Care and Control.
As stated, we would recommend the reappointment of members to the Community Advisory Committee for the Department of Animal Care and Control.
I'll move approval of 9920.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 99-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 100-20, resolution appointing members to the Franklin County Community Corrections Planning Board.
Pending any questions, would recommend the appointment of members to the Franklin County Community Corrections Planning Board.
I'll move approval of 100-20.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 100-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 101-20, resolution appointing and reappointing members to the Franklin County Criminal Justice Planning Board.
Pending any questions, Commissioners, we would recommend the appointment and reappointment of members to the Franklin County Criminal Justice Planning Board.
I'll move approval of 101-20.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 101-20 has been adopted. Resolution number 102-20, resolution appointing Carly Booth to various Franklin County designated tax incentive review councils and community reinvestment authorities.
Commissioners, as stated, this resolution would recommend your approval of the appointment of Carly Booth to the Tax Incentive Review Council and the Community Reinvestment Authority.
Move approval of 102-20.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 102-20 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Dean, do we have any journalizations?
No, Commissioner.
All right, well then that concludes our business. We'll have adjournment then. Thank you.
That was hot too. Yeah. Okay.